It's 2016, no need for an intro. We in here, let's go. Now, I know I've talked about this opinions and other things before, and I've kind of talked about reviewing styles and whatever else. I know many others, especially in the YouTube anime manga community, have talked about reviewing, reactions, and such, especially in depth with Louis Senpai. Shout out to my dog Louis, puts in mad work. Go check him out. But I want to address full blown a subject that unfortunately just got out of hand completely. I thought it was, for a time it appeared it was getting better. It ain't. Shouldn't have to do it, but it needs to be said. Someone needs to full blown talk and explain this joke, right? Reviews versus reactions versus failures. Because failures is the nicest way I can say piss poor videos being made. I'll get more into what failures are and what they look like. Okay. Reviews. Number one, what reviews are not. Before we get, I'll address what reviews are not before what they are and what they should entail. Reviews are not opinionated videos or posts based on what you like and what you dislike. Those are not the essence of reviews. Reviews are not your individual feelings and perspective solely on something. That is not what a review is. Reviews are not these little short snippets of some thoughts that people give out. Those are not what reviews are. Reviews are lastly not simply rehearsals of what the chapter is. Those are not what reviews are. 4 things. What a review is. Review number 1 is presentation of the material and analyzing, at least to a degree, that material. And I say at least to a degree because different people have different styles. I've talked about entertainers versus specialists versus analytical guys such as myself. You're supposed to dissect the information. Yes, in this point, yes, you present a unique perspective on the material. You're presenting an analysis and you are presenting your perspectives. You can present your views and viewpoints. I didn't say you cannot do that. I said that the whole video should not be, oh, I like this, I don't. You present why, but you validate in a little section that you validate why based upon the evidence of the series. Okay, based upon not only evidence of the series. Number 3, you base it upon critical factors of art. You talk about characterization. You talk about character development. You talk about plot progression. You talk about stylistics. You talk about scenography for dealing with film and those nature. You're dealing, settings. You're talking about the actual artistic elements if you're reviewing an artistic thing. Most of the things we review, even when it comes to culinary, most things revolve around art. Okay, critique itself is artistic. Okay, you're dealing on set principles and you're applying those set principles with your perspective of the matter into an analytical format. And number 4, what a review is it encapsulates the essence of what the specific subject matter is. You're addressing, its pros and its cons. That's what a review is. There is no criteria. There could be a boatload of cons. There could be almost no positives, if any at all. It's possible. There could be almost all positives and no negatives, or very few minute flaws. That's possible too. I've encountered both extremes, and I've encountered stuff in the middle, and things, in between them. in between the extremes and the medium. That's what a review is. Again, it's not this opinionated, force-fed, pretty much propaganda. It's not just, oh, I like this, I don't like this, I relate to this, I don't like this. It's not just saying that. Well, why? And what does that even have to do with the series itself, or the subject matter itself? Why is it, oh, if you're reviewing a device, well, I don't like this phone, or I'm not in love with this phone. Well, why? Because the camera is piss poor when it comes to, it is abysmal, I should say, and its camera quality, its zoom in function is pretty much broken. The touch screen is not very sensitive. The buttons, if there are buttons, they are very delayed in their functioning. You go internet, the mic is garbage. It comes out muffly, and it's not very sensitive to the voice. You can break it down as to why you don't like it. That is what a review is. And if you like, or if this camera or this camera's fire, it does still shots at a phenomenal rate. Or the zoom, the focus is phenomenal. Frames. It does frames per minute. It has a phenomenal frames per minute. It has, I'm trying to think back to all the features of the camera. The target finder is on point. It allows me to do all these other kinds of features. Y'all get the point, okay? You talk about the subject matter. Oh, not this. Or you can bring up things that remind, because it's relatable. You can bring up, okay, let's just say, oh, this was an illusion. This was clearly an illusion or an interpretation of ... For example, the Game of Thrones was clearly influenced by Machiavelli's The Prince. That's applicable. Literary illusions? That's applicable because, okay, now you're relating back to something, and now you have a greater talking point. Instead of just, okay, this is what happened in the story, well, you infuse, okay, these political undertones and whatever else. These social undertones. You understand what I'm saying? There's more to a review than just spewing what you think. It's great to hear what you think, but it better be from an intellectual perspective, from an educational perspective. That's what reviews should be. Yeah, even accredited review sites sometimes don't be giving out reviews. They be giving out a bunch of their opinions, sometimes their views and viewpoints. They're not giving an actual review. Saying the series is trash, well, okay. Saying the movie gets a bad grade, well, okay. Oh, this movie was amazing. Yeah, why? Oh, it did have good special effects. And? Give me some substance as to why this was amazing. See what I'm saying? When it comes to reaction, there are live reactions, which is in of itself a branch in its own kind of sort of thing. But when it comes to reactions, reacting, number one, isn't as serious. You can react. Your reactions don't have to be as intellectual, as in-depth, as thoughtful as reviews. Reactions are fun. You can, I'll go rants, live reaction. Those are all part of reactions to something, okay? Rants sometimes are good. I don't rant myself, but a good rant sometimes is necessary. I've seen some, and funny. For example, I remember for Neverworld did a rant or two that was actually fairly good. Sometimes not so good. Been subscribed for Never for forever, so no disrespect there. But reactions are simply what it is. You are giving your not impression. You are responding. Okay, that's the word I'm looking for. You are responding and interpreting what the information is giving you. There is no real right or wrong way to react. It could, one image alone, one little small picture or a painting, a drawing could invoke 1,000+ different reactions from 1,000+ different people. There's a lot of things that go into a reaction. mental state, psychological frame, your mentality, your philosophies, your ideologies, possibly your sex, male or female, your age, maturity, socials, that your upbringing, depending on a whole plethora of even stimuli, external or possibly internal, a whole plethora of factors. It involves a reaction. But a reaction, again, it's just a response. It's a response, a response and interpretation. That's what it is. It's just a response and interpretation to the given information. Period. If it's a live reaction, then it's as you are encountering it. If it's not, sometimes you have a time to think back on it and go into that. But a reaction, you can respond more of your personal perspective on the matter. You do not have to be as analytical. Now, there's something called failures. Failures are piss poor now. Failures pain me. Because failures are when you don't even know the information that you are presenting. Sorry for the movement. Failures. You can't. We all forget some stuff. We all screw up, right? Again, you don't know the information. What the hell were you doing when you were viewing, reading, dealing with the subject matter? And failures come more so with quote unquote reviews. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Then what is you doing? What are you doing? You come across as retarded, not meaning mentally disabled. It means you have stunted growth. You come across as ignorant as hell. Like, just don't do that. It's just, you come across as unintelligent, ill-informed, and whatnot. Again, mistakes happen. Again, even reaction. We may, not respond in the best manner. But failures are trying to present something, but you're not presenting it at all. You're not doing anybody any service. There's no productivity in the facet. It's not successful endeavor. NASA did not take off. Failure, abort the mission. That's what a failure is. It should have been aborted before it began. You recognize, you know what? This ain't good. No, cut that. No, we can't do it. Sorry. It's not quality at all. That's what a failure is. And I hope this somehow clarifies it for the people. For anyone who hears this, please, if you do a review, you better damn do a review. If it's a reaction, just have it as a reaction. If it's a failure, don't even post that crap, man. Don't post garbage and BS. Just don't do it. Don't embarrass yourself, man. Especially if you'll have other reviewers like myself, man, who are critics. That's what we do. Because that's what a reviewer is. A review. If you can't critique, then you are not a reviewer. Or you are not doing your job as a reviewer. If you talking about being a reviewer, then you better damn well act like a reviewer. And I do respect some that don't put review necessarily, but they still do the job. And then some who put review don't do the job. And just because it's popular and just because it's cool, not everybody can do it. And that's fine. Don't false impersonate, because what are people looking for? People looking for actual reviews. That's like me, that's like me saying, I'm a hockey player, but I can't skate. I'm a basketball player, but I can't shoot with the life of me. I can't handle the ball. I can't dribble. I'm involved in track, track and field. I'm involved, I run. But my time is like 15 seconds for 100 meters. Like, no. That's not acceptable. You don't have the prerequisites. I should say if I was a sprinter, let's say 100-meter dash, and my time is 15 seconds. You don't cut the prerequisites, son. No, stop. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the matter. I know y'all could probably name some names. Okay. I ain't out here to embarrass people, but y'all, look, we gotta stop accepting BS, and we need better. Okay, we need better. Because some can say, well, you got a low self count. There are reasons why I have a low self count. Probably do a video on my channel very soon. Alright, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.